You're looking at bumper-to-bumper traffic outside a food bank in Dallas over the weekend, where volunteers handed out groceries, including 5,000 turkeys ahead of the Thanksgiving holiday. Researchers from Northwestern University estimate food insecurity in America doubled in the first few months after the coronavirus arrived. A recent CBS News poll shows more than 1/3 of Americans are at least somewhat concerned they won't have enough money for groceries in the next year. Errol Barnett reports now on the growing need before the holidays.
All righty, thank you so much. Have a good Thanksgiving.
It's a scene playing out across the country. Jam-packed food banks like this one in Arlington, Texas, which provided Thanksgiving meals for 5,000 families.
It's just crazy to see the turnout, and it's crazy to see the love, that we so desperately need.
Lee Cowan spoke to hungry families in San Antonio for Sunday morning, including Catherine Nguyen, a mother of 5 who lost her job as a housekeeper during the pandemic.
You have to decide if you're going to pay a bill or not, or decide to go get groceries, and maybe your water or your lights might get turned off the next month or something.
In Atlanta on Sunday, people waited for hours after Tyler Perry announced he would give away Thanksgiving supplies and gift cards at his studio to the first 5,000 families. Traffic backed up for miles. The event began at 8 a.m. and the studio ran out of groceries by 10 a.m. In Los Angeles, Adolfo Escobar also waited hours to pick up his holiday groceries.
It's not easy. I lost my job. I had 4 months with no income.
Food insecurity disproportionately affects Black and Latino Americans, especially those with kids. As the need grows nationwide, some volunteers are noticing another trend.
Many of the cars you see coming through here, this pandemic is the first time they've ever called for help.
An analysis from the hunger relief organization Feeding America projects more than 50 million Americans will have experienced food insecurity this year. That's up from around 35 million before the pandemic.
What the pandemic did was push people from poverty and hunger deeper and push people at the edge into hunger and poverty.
Joel Berg is CEO of the nonprofit advocacy group Hunger Free America.
This is the worst hunger crisis in modern American times. Unless the federal government does something big and quick, we're going to see starvation conditions like this country hasn't seen since the Great Depression.
For CBS This Morning, I'm Errol Barnett.
Some really striking numbers there, 50 million Americans. And what's also interesting is as Errol pointed out, a lot of people in this situation for the first time.
Yes, indeed.
Who have been working. That's what's
working your whole life.
Working your whole life.
Saving.
Doing everything right.
Exactly.
And you find yourself in that position. There's Tyler Perry once again stepping in to help. But to hear that it opened at 8 and by 10.
To see that kind of demand, that tells you how dire it is.
Yeah.
For so many people.